All right, and you're on there, man. So by the way, what should I call you? Like Blaze?
Yeah, man. Just call me Blaze, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Blaze.
And you're American.
I've been in America. I was born in America, but I actually lived in Europe before for 4 years.
Oh,
Well,
oh wow.
seven total because moved. I moved to. I was born in Pensacola, Florida, but my family is military, so we actually moved to Sicily, in Italy. We lived there for about 3 years. We moved back to America.
All right,
We lived there for another 4 years, then back to Italy.
all right. So you've been primarily living or growing up at military bases.
Yeah, military bases. They were some were fairly small, some were like huge. I
Wow,
spent majority of my childhood on a military base.
wow, that sounds so cool. Uh,
Yeah.
so like, what kind of like perks did you get, or did you get like access to free gyms, food,
Um.
or how was that?
Uh. Well, again, it was a small. It was bases are pretty small, so the buildings were everything was in walking distance.
Yeah.
And like literally because everyone lived in condos and apartments, so no one really lived in houses except like the really high rank officers. And I think my mom was a high rank officer, but she still decided to live in a condo because of how natural it was. But I don't remember. I was like 8. But what I do remember is that like from my apartment, I was able to walk through the hospital like within like 10 minutes, and my school was like 5 minutes from my house or where I was living. But
Wow. That's a really convenient.
yeah, it was very convenient. And to answer your question about the gyms and stuff, everything was at an age limit in the bay. So like since I was there till I was like 11. So what happened is that I was supposed to be like a certain age to use the gym. So if I was like 10, they were gonna be like, "Hey, you need an adult with you." But
Ah, okay. Yeah, I see.
but it was different for like the it was different for the pool because I was able to swim in the pool, but there was like this really deep end to use the diving board, and for me to use the diving board, I need to pass like a certain like a little swimming test, and they give me a wristband,
Yeah.
and for the day, I'm able to use the diving board, but next time I have to take the little test again to prove I can swim.
Yeah.
It was really annoying, but but I still got the jump off the diving board.
Yeah. I see. I see. But well, I guess like there is like a lot of like rules and restrictions like that on military bases. But like, did you like have a convenience store on base?
Yeah, we did. It was actually not only the convenience store, but it was technically like a hangout spot. It's called I call it the NEX, but it's like people call it Nex or whatever. It's Naval Exchange. Yeah, it's the Naval Exchange area. It's basically like it's like a really small mall. Like if you go inside, there could be escalators going up to like the clothing area. There's the video game area and the food court, and there's actually a movie theater within the one I was in.
Oh
So
man,
like
that's
if you go,
amazing.
so when I went to the NEX, it was everything was there. That was like my hangout spot with my friends because if we wanted to go to the arcade was literally just down the hall.
Man.
So so yeah, it was like everything was at the NEX. So yeah.
When you say like food courts and stuff at the mall, did you have like anything like Pizza Hut or McDonald's
Um.
or something?
When I walked in the okay, so the food court was kind of if I can remember it well, was before Netflix got really popular.
Yeah.
So this was around the time where people was still renting movies at like physically.
Oh, I know. So you're going to get to where it was like a blockbuster at this mall, right?
It was like a small blockbuster because like how because this is how it's set up. So you walk into the food court. It's like any food court. It's big, but it's big and round, but kind of small because when you walk in, it's a bunch of like tables and stuff. It's like it's spread out like a food court, but in the very back, there's only one line, like one like it's like straight across the wall, and it's like the restaurants. There's I remember there was Subway, there was McDonald's, and there was one I don't know if they're still there today, but it's called A&W.
Yeah, I know A&W. Like they're in large parts of Canada now, at least. It's that gas station chain, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't really seen them in America, but when I was in Italy, they were like really popular,
yeah.
and their ketchup kind of tastes funky, but I still like their ketchup. But no, but like after, but if you like, but what was cool in the food court, like on one side of the food court was the movie theater. Like it was like the booth. It was like a big booth, and that's where you got the candy and the popcorn. And then there'll be like another hallway behind the booth, and it goes into and there was four rooms, and it was for the four movies of like that month, like the four popular movies of that month.
Yeah. All right.
So at the time, the second Transformers movie was really popular at the time. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see it. The last movie I kind of remember the last movie I saw when I was in Italy was the Avengers movie, the first one
Yeah.
from 2012. That was the last one. But yeah, back to like the Blockbuster. Like at the food court, there's another hallway. It's kind of next to the movie theater, and you walk down it, and there's like this little room. You walk in, it's just a bunch of movies that you can rent, and that's
Oh
why I
man.
rented my movies.
Oh man. That sounds
Man, it
so
was
fun.
it was okay. Like I don't like go to the food court every day. Like, oh man, I can't wait to rent a movie.
Who was the persons that worked there? Was that locals or were it actually Americans or who was
Um,
it?
um, how it was people who were basically in a way deployed in a way, but they had the option to take their family with them, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so this was like kind of like be the job for maybe the parent that wasn't in active duty that just came
Yeah,
along, for instance, right?
yeah. My father's a retired Marine, and my mom is right now. I don't remember exactly her rank at the time, but now she's like a captain in the Navy.
Right. Okay. So they're both army personnel or military personnel.
Yeah, and so we were on the base. It was mainly for my mom because my mom's still active,
Yeah.
and she worked at the hospital. So we majority of her work was at the hospital. But so I guess like because the majority of the people that were on base were I guess American because they're because a lot of them said I used to live in California and all that. It's like they just transferred over here for a few years. So a lot of my friends I had there were really it's something we everyone had everything in common. Their parents are military, and we used to live in America. But there's been there is a school there, and how the school works is that there's actually two big buildings next to each other. One's for high school and one's for the elementary school. And I tell people this, and they're like, "What about the middle school?" The middle school is actually part of the high school
Yeah.
because, like, from sixth grade to 12th grade, that was in high school. Fifth grade was it was from like kindergarten to fifth grade was elementary school.
Oh man.
So
Do you know anybody or have you heard about anybody that has like grown up like their entire childhood at the military base or at military bases?
um, I am talking. I'm trying to get a hold of one of my friends that I've made off the base. His name is Lucas. Like he's actually the first friend I made off there, and he currently lives in San Francisco. And I've been trying to contact him because I was like, because well, he moved before me, and after he moved, we just lost contact with each other. But like he's actually one of the first friends I felt like I actually made. So I was like, I can't. It's really hard for me to forget about him, but like I've been trying to contact him because my mom's actually friends with his father on social media, and I'm just like, can you hook me up?
Yeah.
But no, but no, like I actually am wishing him the best though because like right now the world is going through a rough time right now with this pandemic and
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But Christmas was weird though. We didn't have snow in Italy. We just had rain.
Yeah.
It was really rainy.
Yeah, and you were like also in Sicily, so that would have been like the very southern part of Italy on an island, right? Um,
Yeah.
man. Well, how else did you like it? Because I really enjoyed or enjoy Southern Europe. Like when I go on vacation to
Oh
Spain
man.
and Portugal.
Okay, so like it's okay. Like I love Europe, but
Yeah,
like for me, it's again like take this with a grain of salt. But like again, I'm from America, so I'm used to America standards in some way. But I also like culture too, right?
yeah,
So for me, it's like, would it be a good place to live? I don't know because I haven't really lived there my whole like literally my whole life. Like it's a good place to like stay there for a couple of years and probably go back to America for me because when I was in Italy on base was fine, but when I left the base it, it was trash everywhere. There was trash on the side of the road. They were burning the trash and like I was like
oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
But
for Christ's sakes, I
eh,
was like, I remember this. It actually kind of scarred me for it kind of scarred me when I was little. It was like I was driving down the freeway with my father. My father was driving, and I looked by, and I saw freaking um a buffalo get freaking slaughtered. I was like, what the hell was that about? Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you gotta understand, like a kid just looks out the window, he's just bored as hell, and then you see a freaking animal get killed by somebody. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, 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 yeah. And like the trash thing, it's I don't know, like, but large parts of Italy is mafia controlled, right? And I don't know if you can remember what was happening when you lived there, but there was, for instance, like this large garbage strike in the Naples.
What year was this?
Man, I gotta look that up. I'll look that up in a moment. But and then what happened was that like the garbage disposal company or waste management refused to pick up the trash for several weeks on end, man. So the streets
Yeah,
in
man.
Naples would just have been like littered with trash, stinking the hell out.
That's where I lived. That's exactly where I lived. I lived in Naples.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
That's where I lived the 4 years of that on base. It wasn't Sicily. Sicily was the first time, but when I went back, it was Naples. If it was between 2008 to 2012, between those times,
yeah, that could fit.
that's where I was. I was in freaking Naples.
Yeah, yeah, that was like the mafia blackmailing the government or the county to like give us more money or we won't pick up the trash.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the food, Italian food is okay. Like, but like their desserts are really like some of their desserts are really ass because like I got this like donut, right? It
Yeah,
it looked really good. It straight up looked like a donut made out of chocolate.
yeah,
Like not like the dough and this chocolate frosting. It straight up looked like everything was chocolate, and I was like, I want it. My mom got it for me. It tasted so ass. I almost threw up in the middle of the street. It was so bad. It was like scaly. It was like it's like someone left out a donut for like 3 days and like just with nothing over it and like, hey, here's your donut.
yeah.
And there was another one. My dad and I call it the lemon spray cake because it smelled like those product. Have you ever like have you ever bought those products where it's like or used those products where like you have to spray the kitchen counter, you wipe it off, but it smells like the freaking lemon spray.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It smelled like that and it tasted like that, and oh my god, it was oh man, it was bad. It was bad. And
well,
like, oh no.
I can't speak for my own experiences because I've like barely touched to Italy.
I did.
Like,
I have visited other countries too, though. I visited France. I visited Germany.
what do you think about Germany?
Oh, Germany. Oh man, I love. Oh man, I love Germany. Germany was really fun. Do you know what Edelweiss is?
Uh,
Sorry if I butchered the name. It's I bet it's pronounced different, but I remember
the
it's
bear
Edelweiss.
or what?
No, there was this place called Edelweiss. It's like
Edelweiss. Let me check it. Okay, so you're like talking about a place in in Germany called Edelweiss.
Edelweiss, yeah.
Let me see. Let me see.
It's also like there's also like a lodge there. It was really, oh my God, I
All
still
right, all
remember it.
right, all right. So we're like in the very southern part of Germany. Okay, right
Yeah,
on the border almost to Liechtenstein.
yeah, and I went there in the winter because it was really snowy there,
Yeah,
and um I remember this lodge, and it was, oh my God, the lodge was really pretty. It smelled really nice too. Like it had a really distinct smell,
yeah,
and I used to always get excited when going there because I love because the lodge was the best part because there was a pool, there was like this little, as a kid there was like a little section in the lodge where there's a movie section and kids just sit there and watch whatever movie's on while the adults are doing something. I was like, okay, that's really cool, but there was also like a ski lodge next to Edelweiss, and it was basically a place to drop off your kids with somebody and teach them how to ski. But if I was old enough, I was able to just pick up skis and just do it by myself.
yeah. Uh,
And
also,
and they gave you,
also
yeah.
this is like in Bayern, Germany. So it is like definitely the region that has the most beautiful nature in Germany.
Oh yeah, it
As
was.
when you go like further up north in Germany, then the mountains disappear, and it is just like flatter and I don't know, not as nice nature. Yeah,
Yeah, like I don't like to brag really, but like ever since I skied in Germany, I actually kind of consider myself an experienced skier because like I've been I always been skiing there since 2008, ever since I moved to Italy,
yeah.
all the way to 2012, and I recently skied again last year. So
Uh,
it's been quite some time, but like I usually picked it up when I put the skis back on.
like what are you talking about? Like, are you skiing like carving, or like just normal, like hiking,
Um,
like when you're wearing skis?
uh, it's okay. So at Edelweiss, they taught us how to do how they say it was like do the pizza to
Yeah,
like
yeah. Okay, okay. Then I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
do the pizza, do the
yeah,
fries,
yeah.
go side to side.
Yeah, yeah. To walk up the hill with the skis and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
they taught us how to ski down mountains, and I actually had a close death experience on one of those mountains because I was skiing, and I don't know how that no one noticed it or picked up and moved it, but there was like a rock in the middle of the freaking like slope that was covered in the snow, and it looked like a snowball. And me being dumb, I wanted to smash that snowball. I don't know. My eyes was fixated on that snowball. I was like, I want to smash it.
yeah.
And I was just to clarify, I was high on the mountain. So I tripped over the rock hard, and I started falling towards the edge of the mountain. Like it was super scary because how it worked was like towards the edge. If you were looking down from the edge, it was just a bunch of like going down. It was just a bunch of trees,
Yeah,
and then more cliffs.
yeah.
So like if I fell, I
Uh,
could have hit it like with all full force. I could hit a tree and died.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
From
yeah. I could totally relate. I was standing on like like these carving skis, which is heavy,
yeah,
someplace in Norway.
yeah,
And I don't know, like when I was like renting, I was 17 and I rented this, and they asked me if I wanted a helmet, and I was like, nah, I'm not paying for that. So I set off on like these carving skis with the top of the hill on the expert slope,
yeah,
and I almost can't like make the turn, and I could like I just laid down, like it fell on purpose. But if I hadn't done that, like holy shit, I would have like, hit a tree in like 50 miles an hour.
yeah. Yeah, dude. Like I was falling off, and I was fucking scared for my life.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit. But then, and I don't know why. I don't. This is gonna sound really cliche, like a fucking like an action movie. But I had these. So I had these. Fuck, what they call it? It's like the rods. It helps you propel faster.
yeah,
Yeah. So I used the freaking ski rods, and I kind of did this thing where I used it to because it has like these rings around
Yeah.
the poker, and I try to dig it. Like I kind of hit the edge, kept hitting it till it hooks onto something,
Yeah.
and then
So
I just sat there and I was just hanging there like, can somebody help me? Well, I sound calmer now, but I was fucking. I I could have shat myself. Like I was crying for help. I was like, can someone help me? I'm gonna die. And then this old guy came by. He was like, what the hell are you doing there? I was like, I fell, and then I got up.
oh
I made
man.
it back to the skiing group because since I was young, I was in with a ski group, and the ski group just fucking left me. They didn't know I fell. They just fucking left me, by the way.
Yeah.
And I made it back down the mountain by myself. But the fucking funny part about this shit, how I got back down, I took the hard way down. Like I took like the mountain that only experts can use.
Yeah.
So I was just going down, taking my sweet ass time, and there were like people going past me. They're like, "What the fuck's a little kid doing here?" Right?
Yeah.
And I went down. It started getting easier. Like I was going slow, then it was getting easier, easier. I was like, oh, okay. I'm just going down mountain, going left, right. Okay, cool. I got down. The instructor I was with got really fucking mad at me because he was like, why did you break up from the group? I was like, I fell over a rock and you just left. You just fucking left. So he told my mom and dad that I wasn't paying attention to him, and I just went off my own accord. I was like, that guy's a fucking liar.
Yeah. Well, he just wanted to save his own ass.
Yeah, he wanted to save his own ass. They're like, that guy's a fucking liar. He didn't want to admit that he lost me, took the group, and left me, and I almost died. I tried to tell my dad, and he doesn't fucking believe that I almost died. I was like, he's like, you weren't even there. You were fucking boning my mom. I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
You know,
Damn.
like, just like
Damn.
you can't tell a kid. Like, okay, yeah, kids can say shit that exaggerate, but if a kid's fucking shaking and yelling at you saying, I almost died, I almost fell off a mountain, and I was just left there, even though it could sound fake, you kind of need to like understand what the kid probably fucking went through to
Yeah,
say that.
I just think that in most cases, then people just don't give a shit unless something actually happens. You know, like if you were to have broken a leg or something, then something would have to happen. But since nothing happened, then it's easier to ignore, I suppose. If you,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Um, but yeah, like Germany is amazing.
Oh,
Definitely
Germany,
like.
Germany, nice people, nice people. But my dad makes vacations into Europe very fucking unbearable. I love my dad. Don't get me wrong. I love my dad. Very political, and we disagree on some things sometimes, but I still love the man. He's my father.
Yeah.
But he fucking says shit. He will say shit on vacations that you're not supposed to say, but he's just trying to be funny. He doesn't mean to be mean about it. He's just trying to be funny, right?
Yeah.
So let me give you an example. This is like a fall example. I use this all the time. So in Germany, it's snowing, and since it's the holidays, I don't know if they do it all the time, but I'm gonna say since it's the holidays, that we were using a horse carriage, right, just to get around town, right? And we were going by a McDonald's. And my dad's like, "Hey guys, look, it's Adolf McDonald," and I was like, "Oh my fucking god!
All right. So,
Did you really just did you really just fucking say that?" And there was, but the worst part was there were not only other Americans on the fucking carriage, there was also Germans.
oh man, Germans would have to like hate that they.
Oh no, they were staring at us with disgust, and I was like, I just sat like I just looked away like I didn't know my father. I just like I don't know
Uh,
this man. Like he's just
yeah,
fucking weird.
yeah, like like, and it's way too soon
No,
to
like no, again,
from
like
this
my dad doesn't mean
nasty.
no harm about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but my dad doesn't mean no harm about it. He's just trying to be funny. Like here's another thing. He fucking argued with a waitress in the UK.
yeah,
We visited England, and well, to be specific, London, because tourists, that's the main place people usually want to go. So we went to a fucking place. He was like, "Okay, I want I still remember he wanted a burger and French fries, and the lady's like, "Okay, you want a patty and some chips." He's like, "No, I want a burger and fries." She's like, "That's what I said, patty and chips." He's like, "No, no, 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 no. You see, chips is like Doritos, and
Ah, yeah, I
and
see. And like
and
chip
and
fries is called chips in the UK. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and he's like, a burger is meat between two buns. I don't want a patty. I want a burger. And so they're fucking arguing, and my mom's like, she's like, you do know that they're the same thing, right? And he's like, well, I'm the tourist, and I think I know what I'm talking about. And my dad has this weird complex sometimes where he knows a lot of things because he traveled the world when he was in the Marines, and I'm the fucking logical. I don't really I use logic over anything, so
yeah,
it kind of
yeah,
makes me an asshole to him sometimes. So I'm just like, Dad, I said, Dad, that's like since the fucking 90s, dude. You gotta fucking understand that people like countries fucking evolve over time, right?
yeah. Cultures change and so on. Yeah,
And I was like, even so, I believe they always called it chips and patties because they're using English. We are using like redneck English.
yeah.
So
That's
like
it.
you gotta understand like their way of saying things are a little bit different than mine. You know, you say hello, they say, we say goodbye. They all say cheerio. You
Yeah.
know, like so like it's different. And uh is that the lot? Yeah,
No,
that looks real.
yeah, this is like not too far from where you were, a little more to the west, and it is called the Kehlstein House, which was a house that Hitler was gifted. It was a fucking gift. And I went here on well, not on vacation, but as like a day's excursion or something, right? Where you get up to like this place, and it's way more massive than what it looks like on the picture because it has multiple floors below,
Yeah.
and a big ass elevator, gold plated for Hitler, the man himself, because he was claustrophobic, and that goes down to the bottom of the mountain. But what's like even more fucked up is like the man was afraid of heights, so he only went to this place once in 10 years. Because I think he was gifted it in 1934, and the last time he went there, or the first time he went there, would like maybe have been somewhere in between here. Probably not during the war.
Wait, wait. I'm sorry. You said when was he gifted this?
1934?
And you said he used it for 10 years?
No, he used it once in 10 years. Like he went up to the top once in 10 years and then went back down.
Okay, because I was just saying, like, you told me he was gifted it in 44, but the war ended in 45.
Well, in 34, I think, 1934, because it says that it was like established or built.
34,
Yeah,
34.
34.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you said 44 for a second because they both sounded similar. I was like 34, 44,
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 44. I was like, how can you use
Yeah,
it for
no,
10
yeah,
years
no, like
if
I
he was
don't know,
gifted at
like
44 and ended at 45? Like, what the
my
fuck? Like,
my pronunciation of it is messed up.
no. No. You pronounced it fine. It's just my ears were fucking deceiving me because
No,
it
no, that like everybody's ear is like deceiving them, and I'm like saying that because and then it's like, the fuck did you say? Like, did you say 44 or 34?
hey, at least like with oh my god, I met this Irish guy one time. Don't get me wrong, to a sweet guy, really sweet guy, but he says tree and not three.
Ah,
He was like,
okay.
I want three. He wants 3 pounds, and I was like, you mean three? He's like, that's what I said, tree. I was like, oh my god, it's true. They all pronounce three as tree.
Well, for some, I guess that is.
I thought it was a stereotype. I thought it was a stereotype. I thought it was a joke, but no, they actually say that.
Yeah.
But no, I also visited Ireland. Ireland is a whole different story because I got food poisoning. I fucking shat the bed in the hotel room.
Oh man.
It was oh my god, it was so bad. I went there. I had fish and chips. It was like a fish stew, and it was really good. Like it was like cheddar cheese. It was delicious.
In
But after that,
Ireland.
my oh yeah, no,
Okay.
no,
No,
it would no Scotland. I think wait, the Loch Ness monster is Ireland or Scotland?
Scotland.
Scotland. Okay, I was in Scotland.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So
So you were in Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland. I'm sorry. Like
Okay.
they're really.
Yeah, no, like, and what happened in Scotland? You got food poisoning?
Yeah, I got food poisoning. I shat the bed, and so the whole trip, my body was just like really. It was like I was really pale, and I was like limping everywhere. I was like, and my dad was like, "Stop being sick," and I was like, "I can't, I'm gonna throw up or shit myself." So the whole trip, I was in pain, and my brother. And again, we were there for my brother's birthday, and the thing was, I actually wanted to murder my brother, like actually murder him on his birthday because he was talking shit to me, and I just started fucking strangling. I was strangling him and I was just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I don't know why. I was really young, but he really pissed me off about something, and I was just strangling him, right? And my parents came and saw that. I got my ass in trouble for trying to strangle my fucking brother, which is, well, thinking back on it now was good choice, but you know, I was really dumb. But yeah, I think after that, I came back home. I got better, and yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. Well, how did you find Scotland?
Uh, my mom just came up with plane tickets like, "Hey, we're going to Scotland for Falcon's birthday." I was like, "Fuck!" And
Uh,
right because I was just like, I was like, "Fuck!" because I wanted to stay home and just play games at the time. I was big on the 360
and
back in Call of Duty, Black Ops 2
yeah,
days.
I remember
So
Black Ops 2.
I wanted to practice my no scopes, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like. I was like, "Hey, I want to stay home. Shut the fucking door, right?" And she's
uh,
like, "No, you get your ass up. We're going to Scotland." I was like,
right.
"Fuck!" And
So,
so we went to Scotland.
where did you go in Scotland? You remember?
Uh, uh, the
Did
area of the
you?
Loch Ness monster. That was
Okay,
the
so
big thing. That's why I'm
you went to the Loch
that
Ness Lake.
Loch Ness Lake. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's we spent the majority of the time there because my brother really wanted to air quote find the
Monster.
find the monster. I believe in myths and stuff like that, but I'm like, you ain't gonna find no Loch Ness monster here. It was
Yeah.
probably a fucking. To be honest, if it was real at the time, because people say it was a log, I would not be surprised if it was. But I would be like, even if it was real, it was probably a fucking dinosaur that didn't get extinct and then it fucking died like years later.
Yeah, yeah. I've also been to the Loch Ness, like, and like I don't know. I felt like the place is highly overrated. You know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
everything is Loch this monster. Like, that's what they make their money off of. They make
yeah.
up their
It's
money off of fucking. It doesn't feel. It doesn't feel. What's the word? Unique. Because
no,
I was.
no. And you can buy pictures of these souvenir shops of
I have.
something that and
I
some
have a fucking picture of like. There's
about
like.
something that is supposedly the Loch Ness monster.
I had to fucking put my head through like this little fucking statue of the Loch Ness monster, and it's something like you can stand next to and take a picture with. It's like a little prop, and I put my head in it like I'm being eaten by it. And I was like, it, it's like going to New York, and then have you
Oh
ever
well,
like felt
well, yeah,
it's
man.
like going to New York?
Man, like, well, at least like New York is at least it's what you see on the pictures. Loch Ness is not what you see in the pictures. Loch Ness is some
It's not
overrated
even what they do
bullshit.
in the movie. They
Yeah.
don't even do that in the movies. All the fucking Loch Ness Lake movie, if it even shows up in a movie, it's like a sad old town where it's like everyone wants to fucking kill themselves. But when you
Yeah.
show up in the real Loch Ness Lake, then everyone's like, "Hey, you want to buy some fucking shirts?" I'm like, I don't want a shirt. I just want.
Man, wait, and don't forget about the teacups, man. You wanna buy, you wanna buy some porcelain
Oh,
teacups
oh,
because there was a
the
shit
funniest
ton of
shit.
that.
Oh my god, the funniest shit in Scotland though. The funniest shit. They have their own store for fucking kilts. That's the funniest shit in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Guys will literally
Oh
go
yeah.
in and try out these fucking kit. My brother got one and he wore it to his graduation.
Yeah.
His high school graduation.
Yeah. Oh well, definitely, man. That's big business in Scotland.
If this
Like getting those
if this
kilts.
fucking COVID didn't happen, I would have been wearing a kilt to my graduation. But
Well,
we had a mini graduation. It was like I had to wear my my robe, my graduation robe, and I showed up. They took a quick picture, and they're like, "All right, get the fuck out of here. Here's your diploma." Okay, I'm like, "Thanks."
Well, like it would have been like really comfortable though, since you're not supposed to wear underwear, so like your balls and your whole gear would just be hanging in free air.
Yeah,
You know, like-
freedom.
yeah,
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 get teabagged from the courtesy of the UK.
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
I,
didn't like Scotland or Ireland wanted to get away from the United Kingdom or some stuff like that? They wanted to be like independent.
Scotland does. Ireland is already independent. I think it's only like the small part in Northern Ireland or something that's not independent. Um,
I don't see
but
why to go independent though, because I think
well, I can see like why, because like sure, like England has like a shit ton of materials and merchandise that they produce and can sell, right? But Scotland don't, so they're more dependent on EU and trade relations with the EU in order to make the country go around, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but like what's messed up about the whole thing is like how long time it has taken, man. It's been 4 years. 4 years since the vote to get England out of the EU, and still they ain't out.
Wait, they're not out still?
No, no, man.
I thought they
No, man.
I thought they fucking bailed. I saw a video where they bailed. They showed their fucking flag. They're like, yeah, we're fucking out.
Yeah. They showed that, like, and like vote went through and all this stuff. But what's not in place is a deal with the EU, the itself, right? And they
can't do that with they can't do that with a country. That's actually fucking.
And it's been over and over again, like in the Parliament, House of Lords, like should we exit EU without the deal, or should we exit with?
No, they shouldn't do that. If a country doesn't want to be part of a fucking organization or a certain like deal or whatever, then let them go. They have the fucking right. It's their own country. They govern themselves.
Of course,
It's like the U.S. saying they are not gonna let fucking
hey man,
England leave the UN. Like that's wrong. The United States does not govern the UK. The UK governs themselves, so the United States cannot say that.
You're looking at it wrong. Like look at it like this. Like say that Canada and the US was in the union, right? And all of a sudden, US wants to be a big United States want to be by themselves, right?
Yeah.
But then you have and then let's say that like the senators of like each state like has like a lot more power than they really do, and they like meet up and stuff. And then you have like a bunch of asshole senators that just votes and says that no, we don't want to leave Canada in this union. So we're just going to make this harder for everybody because we think it should be a deal, right? And then all the other like crumbles and being like, okay, then let's make a deal, and then like here's and then spend months on like preparing a deal, and like this is how the agreement would look like, this is how the treaty would look like. Do you agree on this treaty? And then just to like make it even harder, then they say, no, we will not agree on this deal. We will not agree on any deal. And that's what's happened in England, and that's why it's like taking so shit ton of time to leave, right? But like in the grand scheme of things, imagine how this looks like, like to every other EU nation that is like thinking about leaving the EU because they don't see the benefits. And knowing that what's going to follow you is 4 or 5 years of hell, of paperwork, of going back and forth in politics to figure out a fucking agreement.
Yeah, just like, it's been about 4 years and we just came to an agreement. Yeah. Wait, it took you guys 4 years to sit down at a fucking table to be like, hey, this is what we're going to do. Nah, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's still, oh my God. Listen, I don't know about you, but the EU should have been okay the moment the fucking UK is like, yeah, we don't want to be fucking with y'all anymore, and started waving their flags and just fucking bailed, I would have been like, okay, I guess they don't want to be with us anymore. They can go fuck themselves, I
Yeah,
guess. You know,
and also
like I,
the House of Lords should have also respected the people's opinion on this and been like, okay, then let's just vote nationally then if you should have a deal or not a deal, and then let's let it be at that. Let's leave.
yeah, but
Because the sooner they leave, they can start building up trade relations and trade agreements with other countries, U.S. included, Canada included, right?
it's like it's surprising how professional all these other countries are compared to the United States. Okay, like look at the countries itself. They don't think about like who's running it because that's very debatable, right? But see how the people treat each other in these countries. In the UK, yeah, there's sure crime, but people, no one has beef with each other really, right?
No.
But if you look in the UK, there's a lot of problems going on right now with social justice and people getting offended easily and racism, right? Which is, in my opinion, all three of those.
Unemployment and stuff, yeah.
And and unemployment. Well, unemployment. There's been jobs like I'm currently getting a job soon, but but no, like I agree with you though. Like there's there's problems.
The way though, like unemployment is it's a shitload of like social dumping in the UK, especially when they were a member or still are a member of the EU, because that means that like let's just bring all the carpenters and craftsmen in from Eastern Europe, from Lithuania and Poland and pay half the money.
No, but what's going on is just like people in America are just fucking hating each other, but I don't hear any other country fucking hating on each other.
That's like so funny that you mentioned it. I went to New York in 2017, right? And it was like real cool because like everybody's like way more open in the US. You guys are like way more like, yeah, man, I can have a conversation for you for 20 minutes,
Yeah.
But like what's funny is that like, so I probably like spoke to like 10, 15 people, if not more, while there. And almost every single one of you was like, by the way, man, I want you to know I didn't vote for him. And it's like, why the fuck are you apologizing for that?
Yeah, yeah. Like I fucking hate this racism shit in my fucking country because everyone says, okay, so like, this is what really pissed me off. So the other day, if you haven't heard, 50 Cent endorsed Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
And his handler, I think Chelsea was like, I had to remind him that he's black, so he can't vote for Trump. I'm like, how is that not racist that you just basically said that a man of color can't think on his own? You basically said he can't think on his own.
No, yeah.
And so I don't give a fuck if you vote for Biden, if you vote for Trump. Like I keep my political views to myself, but if you have a different political view than me, I don't give a fuck, right? I don't care because like it doesn't. No, people are fucking. That's the thing. People fucking care if you vote for Trump, you're a fucking racist. If you vote for Biden, you're a retard. Like I don't care. It does question. Okay, here's the thing. This is what I like to think. Would my relationship or friendship with you change if I didn't know in the first place? Like if I knew, if you gotta think about it. Okay, I know now, but would that thought of you change if I didn't know?
Like, God damn you, man! You're a Republican and we can't be friends.
No, yeah, it's like, it's like, man, I really love this guy. He's really cool. He likes to play games with me. Yeah, man, I like Biden. What? Go fuck yourself then, right? Like, why the fuck you hating me over a fucking dude? You want to ruin a relationship with me over a fucking random ass guy? What the fuck?
Man, I gotta like ask, are people this open about what they vote and what they think?
Oh my god, yes. Yeah. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Like it's so bad right now. Like if I said I was voting for Trump, a majority of females in America would not want to date me.
Oh,
like there's only a small group of females that are either moderate or conservative. It's like a small group, but in the majority are liberals.
Man,
or Democrats, and I consider myself a independent because I don't. It's it's a sad excuse, but I just don't like choosing sides because I believe both sides can bring a lot to the table, and they both have good ideas. Like I believe like Republicans and Democrats can say some really good things.
yeah, yeah,
Like like
uh,
like I don't want to say who I'm voting for, but I'll give you a quick example. But like with Biden, he's um okay, the way he talks though, he flip flops a lot, but when he talks about deals and stuff, it sounds like he's pretty genuine about it. But when he flip flops, I think sometimes it's like he realizes or he's told it won't work out, so he has to flip flop and stuff. But which is bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to fucking protect him, saying no, that's bad. You shouldn't say you're against this thing, and then when you do an interview, then you say no, you're not. You got if you're gonna say what you're gonna do something, you got to stay on it, right? You got to
yeah,
make that decision.
yeah.
But I don't want. But I'm gonna. But if Biden wins the presidency, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of be okay with it. Like
Yeah.
when whoever wins, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Be like, okay, let's see. Let's see how he does it, right?
Well, like you have like pros and cons with everything though. Personally though, well, I won't tell you like my opinion, but
Yeah,
but I do
yeah,
think that Trump will win though. Not because I'm a Trump fan, but
yeah.
because it's only been two presidents during the entire history of America that has only served one term when the stock market has been in an incline, right? And it has been inclining with him in power. And the only two ones that has only served one term has been like John Adams, which was, I don't know, like 150, 200 years ago, probably.
About 200 years ago.
Yeah. And the second was George Bush's father, Bush Sr. Those are the only two. So statistics and history would give him, the benefit there.
Of the yeah.
Yeah.
But no, if like Trump wins again, I'll say the same thing I do for Biden. I'm gonna give him for him, I'll give him another chance at presidency because like
Yeah.
I'm not a hateful person.
No.
I like to see the good in everybody, but I will call you out on your bullshit if it's bullshit. Like okay, here's an example. People got really fucking mad at Trump for cheating on his wife with Stormy Daniels, right?
Yeah.
Who's a porn star, by the way. Let me just let you know. Yes, cheating is wrong. I do not condone it. But are you really gonna fucking try to cancel the guy because he fucked a? That's his private life. Listen. I don't give a fuck what you do in your private life. I don't give a fuck. You can fuck Melania and fucking have sex with a trash can. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because that doesn't affect.
It doesn't
how he's
affect the
doing
country.
job, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the country. So people are like, he's a bad president. He cheated on Melania. I'm like, didn't Bill Clinton also cheat?
Yeah.
And lied about it.
And lied about it. I did not have sexual relations with that.
She said with that woman. So for somebody to say Trump's a bad president because he cheated on his wife it's a straight up hypocrisy, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, definitely.
But don't get me wrong. Just because I'm defending the president and you don't like doesn't mean I'm on his side. I'm a fucking independent.
I get it. Like regarding that, I wanted to like get back to, you know how it is in Europe where we like have a bunch of different parties in every country.
Wait, you guys have a parliament, right?
Yeah, like almost every country in Western Europe or Europe has like a sub.
Wait, are we the only country that doesn't have a parliament? Like,
I think so. Well, you have like something similar though. I mean, like you have.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Capitol Hill and House of. I don't know, like.
Isn't like. I just want to understand real quick. Okay, so like the parliament, they vote. Like you vote people into the parliament, and the people in the parliament votes for the president, right?
No, I mean like. Okay, that's a little complicated, but like every member of like the party, right, and then like gets a member of the gets a seat in the parliament, and so there's like somebody like from each region in the country, right, and then this fills up like X amount of like seats in the parliament. In Norway, that's like how it works, and then Man, I guess like this is the kind of like what you would call the government then, right? Because the parties, yeah, yeah, because like they're voted in there and they're like sitting there and from like each party representing like a party and they've been voted there, right? And the
Yeah.
deciding party, uh, like it's never just one party. It's always like two or three parties, if not more, because there's not one party that gets like a majority of the votes. Get the biggest party get like maybe 30%, right, 25%. Then it's got to like share power with like the two or another party that has like the other majority. It's like there can be a majority together, right? And then from there it's decided, like who's the prime minister, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But what's funny though is that like nobody here would outright tell you what the fuck they were voting for. They keep their opinions to themselves, right?
Yeah.
Especially the political opinions. That's like like, no man, that's it's my right to not tell you, so I'm keeping that myself. And this is like very scary with like Norway though, because like Norway has like had like a right wing government for like a really long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like nobody will like tell you that if you were like asking them like, yeah man, like I'm for lower taxes for the rich and less money to the poor. That's what I'm supporting. Well, strange system. I do like it.
That is a strange system. Like more money to the rich, but less to the poor.
But that's like that's the right wing. That's the right thing. That's the right wing.
That just sounds like.
But man, that like okay, like right wing equals Republican Party, right?
Yeah.
More money to the rich, less money to the poor. Bam.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's kind of it's a little bit different in America though.
Yeah. It is like it's more leveled.
Yeah, it's more balanced. Like
yeah.
But what's sad though, it's like again, like I said, like I believe both parties can bring a lot to the table, but
hey, man.
what sucks? It just sucks, dude.
Hey man, what's fucked up is the presidential electoral system. How the fuck does one state have more electorates than another? How is
I think it's because of the amount of people that are representing it.
Well, that shouldn't be the deciding factor. The deciding factor should be the people in total, and that's it. You should there's all 300 million Americans.
No, yeah, I think it's dumb. Where it's basically the voting system is I vote for this guy and this guy basically votes for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so fun, dude. You know how easy it can be to rig that shit.
Yeah.
It's like he's like, okay, all right. This guy had 500 votes. Like this one guy who's representing says, okay, 500 votes came in. 500 people voted for this guy. All right, 500 people voted. I guess I'll vote for Biden. I didn't vote for Biden. I voted for Trump. Like, no. Yeah. That's a lot of votes, and I decide for you. What the fuck? Like, I think about it now. I'm like, why the fuck did I vote then if you're going to vote for someone else for me?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That's how it works in America.
It's fucking...
Man. Like, I gotta like wonder, like, was this the America that we see today? Was this what the founding fathers had in mind when they founded the 13 states?
They're trying to, they try to fucking say, like, the Second Amendment was like a long time ago, so they want to change it, and they said back then they had muskets, and so they meant towards muskets, and I'm like. The founding fathers literally fucking said they want to make it last for generations. And not only that, they were also saying like, oh yeah, it only applies to militias. And it straight up says in the document, it's supposed to be against militias who are trying to take away the fucking right, you fucking idiots. Why fucking...
Wait, man, like America is probably one of the youngest countries in the
Oh,
world.
dude, it
Right?
is one of the.
Is it?
It's actually fucking. It's weird. It's also weird because it's like it's the youngest, but it also became the most powerful
Yeah, but it makes sense. It's
like in a country age. It became powerful in a short span of time
yeah,
because
but man,
it's
like
it's
you gotta
like
think about it. Think about it. Your country is a country that's built upon blood. You've killed for every inch of that land.
yeah,
And I
we
recently
killed Indians. We
and
had slavery. It was
I
to be honest, it
recently
was awful.
man,
It was really awful.
I recently looked up to like how the U.S. border was drawn, like the north border between Canada and the U.S.
Yeah,
Jesus fucking Christ! That like one thing was like all the battles that you like had around like Michigan and all that because of the fur trade, all of like internal battles. That's why the border is like so
yeah.
uneven because like it was always like back and forth, pushing,
Well,
right?
at the same time, like we, I think if we didn't had help from the French and the Dutch, uh, I think we would have lost the Revolutionary War.
Well, yeah, man, and like, that's another thing I don't get. Then you give France, um, the
A small,
Louisiana. No,
a little country.
not a small part, man. You gotta look it up. Yes, it's called the Louisiana Territory, but the Louisiana Territory was actually like 1/3 of the American mainland. So, man, you're like talking a shit ton of land.
Didn't we
2
also
million.
fucking rip somebody off for the fucking Oh man,
And
we ripped someone.
wait, man. So you give them like 1/3 of the U.S., like the entire Midwest,
Yeah.
plus some, right? And then he comes and say that, man, I need some money to fund my Revolutionary War over here in Europe. Possibly you want to buy that land back? Yeah, okay. Like here's the price we can give you. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. And I like wondered, did he fucking know how much land he was selling? Because what he I don't remember the price, like the total price, but 1/3 of America for current money, 10 cents an acre. Holy shit, man! Can you imagine that buying an acre for 10 cents?
No.
That's nuts.
Here's 10 acres. How much? I got 10 cents and
Yes.
and something that seems to be pubic hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Holy
Yeah.
shit, man.
No, just imagine, just like, let me just reach in my pants real quick. I got pubic hair and 10 cents. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, okay,
Hey,
here's the
what can I
deed,
say?
man. Here's the deed, man. Fucking Christ.
Like,
And
oh
then,
my fucking god.
and then like so then you got this part of the land, and then the rest was Spanish, since California and Oregon
Yeah.
was Spanish. Yeah. And Florida also, but you managed to fuck them up. Fuck them up.
Florida. Oh, listen. Oh my god. There was. Okay, so. Here's a fun fact. You can actually fact check me if I'm wrong, but Florida was actually back then, I think around the 1800s. Yeah, 18 or 1700s. Was originally supposed to be like a resort area because of the humid weather and like all that, right?
Yeah.
But then people went down there and it was like, this place is literally fucking unlivable. It's a swamp with alligators and people die. They're like, fuck this. But then you got those little hillbillies are like, oh yeah, I could live here.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh,
So
man.
it became basically not really much of a resort, but like, a redneck town. But then businessmen were like, actually, we can make this better. So they made a set. There was a settlement. Actually, the first settlement to America was actually where I was born, Pensacola, Florida. But like when I talked about Florida, I meant like deeper, like Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
Because it was really swampy there. And then years later, society prospered and all that. But then like in the 1900s, or time before that, I forget when. It was between the 18 and 1900s. Fucking Walt Disney's like, let's make a land to terrorize kids.
Yeah.
Because have you seen the old mascot for Mickey Mouse at
Yeah,
Disney?
yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Like kids are smiling with this. Wait, let me look it up. Wait, while we're talking, let me look it up. It's like dude. It terrifies me. It fucking. Oh my god. But no, but Florida is a really weird case, though. But what was also a weird time was the Vietnam War, which is technically a conflict in my opinion.
Yeah.
If
Well, like I always wondered, like, how the fuck did America think they had any part halfway across the planet to, or all the way across the planet to fight in some communist war? But then again, it was the time where you guys was like witch hunting for communists.
dude, nowadays people just say they're communists just out of the fucking blue. But if you said you were a communist back then, you would actually fucking get either go to jail or you would fucking disappear. You would probably just fucking disappear.
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
man.
like,
I think like we're going to end it around here.
yeah, man.
Like at 1 hour, but yeah, holy fuck, man, that's one creepy ass mascot.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the last thing though that was like became American territory was the state of Washington, which back then was called Oregon County. But anyways, during this entire time where like it was like arguing about where the border was going to be drawn, you guys kept pushing military personnel up to the border, deployed them at outposts, and just kept pushing more people in. So it was like, yeah, we're not moving 1 inch. This is where the motherfucking border is getting drawn around the 49th parallel.
Listen, just like, listen, I just picture like, listen here, motherfucker. I'm gonna draw this line. If you pass this line, I'm gonna fucking bust your ass. Okay, we're gonna stay over here. You stay over there, and we'll be good, yeah.
Yeah. So so even though you have all these treaties and agreements, like that's how I
fucking agreements. I love it. No, wait, one last thing. My favorite fucking thing about like World War II is the banning of all the fucking weapons and usage. And like the Germans are like, shotguns are not fair. They're cruel. Did you really just say time out during war to say that fucking shotguns aren't fair?
Yeah.
It's like saying, time out, shotguns, it's not fair, they're using shotguns. We're in fucking war, we can do whatever the fuck we want to win. Shotguns were okay, but nuclear weapons are okay, but shotguns, that's where we gotta fucking draw the line.
Yeah, that's how you draw the line, man.
Yeah, didn't we say no submarines, and the Germans still used submarines anyways?
Yeah.
Yeah, go fuck themselves, what the fuck? So they can tell us not to use weapons, but when we do it, they can be like, nah, fuck you, fuck you, United States. We're gonna do our own thing. No, fuck you.
That's how it is.
Man. I'm glad we won that war. If they're gonna fucking cheat, listen. If you're gonna cheat in the war, I don't care if we cheat. Okay, I'm all like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's what's going on.
That's what's going on. All right, guys. To whoever is like listening to this entire episode, thank you for listening, and I hope you subscribe. Shout out to whoever the one subscriber I gained this week is. Glad you.
Thank you, one subscriber. I can't. Man, you're my biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan.
I'm your biggest fan, man.
I'm your biggest fan. It's just like, oh, I love you, one subscriber. You're the only reason why I wake up and do my job.
Yeah,
you're the only reason I have a smile on my face.
This one subscriber, man, is the only reason why I'm sitting here and making these episodes.
Yeah, just one subscriber. You gained one subscriber. It's the same fucking subscriber from a different account.
Holy shit, that's oh man.
All right. Let's wrap this up, man. Yeah. Whoever's watching, thank you for watching. You guys have a great day.
Thanks, guys.